Kales, and I'm coming at you with another Top 5 Wednesday! Yeah! I don't know why I keep doing that. I just don't know how else to introduce the Top 5 Wednesday since you do it every week. I'm gonna stop talking now and actually just get to it. First, let me introduce and tell you what a Top 5 Wednesday is. Top 5 Wednesday is a group that was created by Ginger Landy Reads on Goodreads, and I will link her channel and the Goodreads group down below. You should definitely join it. Lots of booktubers have joined on in this group, and I think it's an excellent way to start discussion and so much fun to watch everybody's videos on the same topic and see what their different opinions are. Now I will actually start my video and say this week's Top 5 Wednesday is side characters that deserve their own series, and boy did I have more than 5. We're gonna narrow it down and I'm gonna get started. First is from a series that I've talked about many times before, but that's totally fine with me, and that's the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. And the character specifically that I want to see a side spin-off series for is Bob the Skull. Bob the Skull, if you guys don't know this series, is sort of like Harry Dresden's sidekick. This is about a wizard detective in Chicago, and Bob the Skull is this spirit, lives inside this skull, which is this container that Harry has put him in, and he helps Harry out. For me, what I want to see is I want to see how Bob came to be, how he came to be in Harry's possession, which you do learn and get like bits and pieces of this story as the series goes on. There's 15 in the series right now, and there's going to be 10 more. So I'm sure that we will learn lots more answers, but I want Bob's specific story. I want to see what's inside his skull. I want to see, you know, all the different adventures he goes on when he gets out of his skull. And for me, I would love that. And I think it'd be full of hilarity and hijinks. So Jim Butcher, you should get on that. The next character that I want to see a spin-off for is Thorne from the Lunar Chronicles. And I'm holding up CRESS specifically because we get to know more about Thorne in this book. Here's my thing. I really think that Marissa Meyer should have taken the time and not written that spin-off side story about Lavanya, because that was crap and boring, and I'm like, so many people enjoyed it, and I was like, really? I found no sympathy for her and was completely disappointed. I was like, I would much rather figure out more about Thorne and how he came to be how he is. Because yes, again, in this book we learn some parts about him, but I want like a story of the origin of Thorne and how he grew up and how he came to be and all the different hijinks stories that we hear about in here. I want them played out and I want them acted out, and I think it would just be so much more fun than the crap that the Fairest book gave us. Can't you imagine? And more Thorne. Man, you can't have enough of Thorne. The next comes from one of my absolute favorite series that not a lot of other people have read or at least talk about on booktubes, and that's the Shakespeare Stealer by Gary Blackwood. And this is a spoiler, so if you haven't read this book and you plan to, mute me. When I put this book down, you know to unmute me. In this book, there's a character named Julian, and Julian throughout the entire book is a guy, and you come to find out that that's actually not true, and that Julian is one of the apprentices that is a girl dressing up as a guy so that she can be in the theater. And instead, Julia gets sent to France. And while Julia comes back in the third book, The Shakespeare Spy, I really want to know what happened to her in France, and I would love an account of her life and French theater in that time. I would love to know who she met there and what theater company she joined and how much fun she had and if she got any experience, and just, I would love that spin-off because I love her as a strong female character, and I also would love to learn more about French theater in the same way that Gary Blackwood introduces English theater. My book is down, you can unmute me now. Next is a spin-off that I really want, but that has already been told that it's not going to happen, but that doesn't mean I still don't want it, and that's the Marauders from Harry Potter. Why can we not get a prequel? Why, J.K. Rowling? Ugh, I want it so bad. Like, how they created the map and how they became Magi? Sure. I just want to learn more about Harry's parents, and not just from pensive seeings, but like, oh, wouldn't that be amazing? Come on. I know she's already said that she's not going to do it, but a girl can hope. Number 5 on my list would be the characters from HEIST Society by Ali Carter. HEIST Society follows a group of teenage thieves whose whole families are thieves. She's got a cousin in here and like twins, friends, that I would love to see their side adventures. To me, the crew in this, as is most the case in Ali Carter books, I like the side characters rather than the main girl. For me, I love a collection of short stories about all their little heists that they go on without Kat. Especially when she's at school at the beginning of this book. She kind of decides to give up the thief life, and like they go on heists without her until she gets back into it, which is very early on, so it's not a spoiler, don't worry. I would love to see the heists and stuff that they went on without her, because I think that they are just so much more hilarious than Kat herself, and they make the story worthwhile. So there you have it, books 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that I would like side characters to have spin-off stories for. Tell me in the comments below, what are some characters that you would like to have side characters for, or better yet, make a YouTube video of your own and link it down below and I will watch it so that we can discuss what some of your favorite side characters would be. Until next time, guys, bye! And that is the Marauders? You know, I mean, she's writing those movies with Eddie Redmayne and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That's what they are. Newt Scamander. I know my Harry Potter stuff.